everybody, I'm Sneaksy Gamer and welcome back to Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. We last left off after Cheshire and Cereza got into an argument and they went their separate ways. So, anyway, the fairies create an illusion of Cereza's mother that causes her and Cheshire to have a big fight. Leaving Cheshire, Cereza makes her way to the fairies' fortress alone, which is a really bad idea. Something I did get to thinking, I mentioned how I can understand both sides of what's going on there. I would also like to mention that it does definitely seem like Cheshire has started to care about Cereza as more than just the bond. Like, their bond is growing deeper. Like, he actually cares about her, not just looking out for himself anymore. I believe it seems that way anyway. Because, I mean, I know it sounds kind of dumb, but the argument... Like, he obviously cares to some extent if he got into that big of an argument with her. Like, I mean, I know that... I don't know how to explain it. Obviously, he cares to some extent, though. Otherwise, he wouldn't be getting upset over all of this, and he wouldn't have essentially stormed off like that.
An odd structure appeared out of the gloom, towering before Cereza.
Cereza? You can do this on your own? You don't need anyone's help.
Oh, it just stops after a little bit, okay.
Yes!
Oh, I guess I can't destroy them. Yeah, the problem is this is the most fortified place that we've gone to. There's going to be more fairies here than anywhere else. And she's attempting to go in and do this alone. All the trees are dried and dead. It must be the fairies' work, I'm sure of it. Well, can't get through there.
If I'm not careful, I'll be burnt to a crisp.
Ignis's Journal 6. The sinister structure of rusted red and ashen bark woods continues to grow in size at an alarming rate. An army of fairies is stationed around the structure's premises, and flames burst forth from its every orifice. A single misstep and any poor soul would be incinerated. The primary objective of this never-ending construction must be to keep intruders away from what lies within, but I conjecture there's more to it than just that. Fairies feed on the negative vibes of humans and wisps. So what better than to create a towering symbol of absolute dread to keep their prey in constant terror? The more ominous and grandiose it becomes, surely the richer and more plentiful the negative vibes it will produce. I think you could also say it exists to assist the fairies' domination of Avalon. Once there was a young witch who challenged the dreaded fortress. Lamentably, her efforts proved to be in vain. The fortress's exterior was too hard to crack. Still, the fairies were absolutely relentless in their retaliation on the poor girl, following her to the ends of the forest to make sure she was eradicated completely. The terrible fortress is truly a reflection of the cruel hands which built it. Okay. That doesn't sound too good. Flames everywhere. Even Morgana's hardest training doesn't make me sweat this much.
There could be fairies anywhere. I've got to keep quiet.
Damn it. Regrettably, I don't think I can avoid these on the way back. Can't do anything anyways. God, this is so irritating. Come on. Well, at least they don't do that much damage, but still. Oh boy. I don't like the way this looks. What the hell? Cereza alone. Cereza does not yet have the power to defeat an enemy on her own. Use your Umbran arts to bind enemies and proceed forward.
Cereza was on her own this time. How was she going to get out of this pickle?
I'm assuming we can do this to block the shot from him, maybe.
That's it! Here we go. Phew.
Cereza had certainly grown stronger since entering the forest. But even so, making her way alone was proving more difficult than expected. If only Cheshire were here.
No, I'm better off without that beast. I can make it through this forest myself.
Sounds like he might be having some trouble of his own.
Cereza heard a familiar voice. It was Cheshire. Injured, he was fleeing from a group of fairies.
Oh no.
Not my problem.
That's sad. So what, this time is she gonna come to his rescue? Although we already have. With the Jabberwock, she kind of had to rescue him.
Somehow, Cereza had made it through. Solo adventuring was turning out much more difficult than she had anticipated. The optimism she had right after splitting up with Cheshire was long gone.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cheshire, Cereza couldn't help remembering him.
Ah. The Wisp Weekly 7. Any of you ever wonder why those fairies catch us in the first place? I asked Old Lady Ignis, and she told me it's so they can drain our negative vibes. Negative vibes are what wisps generate when they're scared, or sad, or angry even. Which means we've got to do our best to not be scared, even if some real big fairy comes to get us. Don't let them intimidate you. If they come for you, the best strategy is always to hide in a dark spot, and if they try to draw you out with fire, just stay calm and douse it with some water. Gotta use everything you can if you're going to try and survive in this forest. You can use some vines to tangle and buy some time, or maybe even distract them by starting a little fire of your own. Whatever you do, don't just stand there. They'll nab you in a heartbeat. Once they find you, if you're just a second too slow, it might already be too late. Keep moving, keep thinking, keep hiding. Okay, it did heal me. I apologize if you can hear those pigeons.
A colossal iron structure stood before her eyes. It was a fort built by the fairies. Cereza once again spotted Cheshire. Incapacitated by his wounds, he was surrounded by fairies.
What has he gotten himself into now? Nope. Not going to worry about it.
That's not good.
But before she knew what she was doing, Cereza had set off in Cheshire's direction.
Yep.
I'm just going to take a look. Can't let anything happen to my stuffed cat.
But the thing is, why is he even going this way, though? Because he didn't need to go in here. Him getting the power in here isn't gonna let him get home. A Fairies Research Log number 3. At last, a fortress worthy of our infinite glory. The path has been long and fraught with some unfortunate obstructions, but nary a worry. Finally, we are master of our own domain, a king with a castle to call our own. Oh, the songs that will be sung chronicling this splendid day. Naturally, we have an integrated technology of our own invention throughout the fortress. Compared to the trifling materials used in ancient fairy architecture, the fortress's red alloy will surely prove impregnable. Furthermore, it should inspire horrible imaginings in any fool who dares stand before it in defiance. At the fortress's upper floors, tests are being done for my latest invention, the Tirnanog. We believe Tirnanogs will become an invaluable cornerstone for swooping up the energy from humans and wisps we so do require. After tests are concluded here, we shall expand Tirnanogs to cover all of Avalon. May the world. For those inquiring of the name Tirnanog, we have coined this moniker from texts that serve as the basis for our fairy utopia, which with the power of the Tirnanog may well be within our grasp. But anyway, what I was saying about why was he even going here, I think he was trying to help anyway. Maybe not, but... What a monstrously large building. It must be very important, I'll say. One moment, please. I think he was still trying to help, maybe. Maybe not. That's just my guess. Is that him up there on the ground in front of them? Or near them? I'd get caught in an instant if I went that way. You're gonna get caught no matter what, I'm afraid.
Who is he talking to?
The fairies had captured Cheshire. Within their ranks was one regal-looking fairy who stood out from all the others. He appeared to be talking to Cheshire, but it was too far to hear what he was saying.
What does that fairy want with Cheshire?
It's gonna try to strike a deal with him and tell him it can send him home if he turns on her, isn't it?
The fairies carried him into some kind of fortress.
Cheshire!
I bet you anything that's what's happening.
Forgetting the peril of her situation, Cereza rushed to follow the fairies into their stronghold.
No good. There must be another way in. You!
The elusive white wolf had appeared right before Cereza. It called out to her before running away.
That's it!
This isn't the way I need to catch the light.
Where are you going? You know another entrance?
I bet you anything that's what the fairy, the king or whatever the hell you want to call him, is doing, is trying to get Cheshire to turn on her. Maybe not, but it would not surprise me in the least. Heck, Cheshire doesn't even do that. Although I don't think there's been an opportunity where he could have, so...
Listen, this fortress is crawling with fairies. I think you should sit this one out.
But the wolf just stared at her, showing no signs of moving. "Let's go together," the wolf's determined eyes seemed to be saying to her.
Thanks. You know, to be honest, I was a little scared going alone. Don't tell Cheshire I said that.
And so, Cereza and the White Wolf infiltrated deep into the enemy's stronghold.
So is the wolf gonna help us fight if we need to? I'm honestly very curious.
Oh, Cheshire. Just what have you gotten yourself into this time?
I wonder if we'll be facing off against Cheshire with the wolf fighting at our side. I hope not, but it would be kind of a cool idea. I'm assuming that wolf has something to do with Lucan, but I'm not sure. Might not be anything to do with him. Umbran Apprentice Diary 7. We finally made it to the fairies' fortress, and it is something to behold. This has to be where they're doing all their scheming. Pipes full of who knows what shooting every which way. Bright blue flames and complex machinery unlike anything I've ever seen. What could they possibly be doing with all of this? Beats me, but that's beside the point. We're here for one thing, to wipe up these wicked fairies and destroy that elemental core. This place is absolutely crawling with fairies, but me and Plima should be okay as long as we're together. The main problem at the moment is we're stuck. We know the elemental core is up there somewhere, but we have no idea how we're going to reach it. The walls are impossible to climb. I thought about asking Plima if she'd let me stand on her shoulders again, but she got really whiny the last time we tried that. I wonder what that was about. I weigh less than her, I think. Since we're witches, I suppose we should try using magic. That fairy contraption over there looks like it might do something. I wonder if this wolf is related to those two in some way. Oh, I see.
Oops. I don't think it's supposed to turn that way. Oh well, it works for me.
how do I do this then? Do I need to get out onto this one now? No. Ah, there we go. Just watching this is making me dizzy. Do I need it to be going the other way still? Yep, I do. Because now I need to use this one. Oh. Jesus. What the fuck?
Within, the fairies seem to be arguing about something loudly.
I don't understand what they're saying. But if I know these fairies, it must be something absolutely nefarious.
Can we move a little faster, please?
This reminds me of climbing the clock tower with Jean. She acted so tough, but I knew she was scared.
Nope. I thought maybe that would destroy that gate thing. Hmm. That's interesting, though. Why is the fairy technology compatible with Umbran magic? Is that intentional, or is that just an oops thing? Like, the fairies, did they do that on purpose? Is there some relation between the two, maybe? Okay, we don't have whatever we need for that just yet. Oh, wow.
Look at all those fairies. Oh my.
Umbran Apprentice Diary 8. The fairies have this leader they call the Fairy King. I'd watch out for him if I were you. It was too dark for me to see clearly, but it looked like he summoned this monster that was absolutely enormous. If he has the power to summon something like that, there's no way we can beat him. I know we had a reason for coming to this forest, but if we die along the way, it'll all be for nothing. We have to run. We can't fight him as we are now. Prima wouldn't listen at all. She says we'll be fine, that we have to stand our ground. I got so angry that she wouldn't listen. If she's going to be like that, I told her to just go off and fight by herself. But now I'm worried about her. She's the only sister I've got. Ever since we were taken in, it's always just been the two of us. I thought we could get through anything together. I'm going to go find her and apologize.
Going to make it out of here.
You know, it'd be a real shitty thing to do is one of these chests that I can go to, open it up, and have it be one with the fucking fairy hiding in it. Considering I wouldn't be able to fight it right now. Which is exactly why they can't do that, because I can't leave those encounters, so... I know they wouldn't, but it would be a real shitty thing to do, wouldn't it?
This tower just keeps going. Cheshire, where are they taking you? Cheshire! Cheshire!
They had finally found Cheshire. He was covered in wounds from head to toe. Hiding in the shadows, Cereza was surprised to hear one of the fairies speaking words she understood.
They're trying to draw the negative vibes out of him, aren't they?
It is simple! We just need the girl. Stay out of our way, and we will ensure your return to the demon realm.
I knew it.
They were speaking Enochian, the language of angels and demons. It sounded like the regal fairy was trying to strike a deal with Cheshire.
Yep. I was a little wrong on the details, but I had the basic idea. They're offering him freedom for something.
Cereza felt her heart beating in her chest. What will it be? This is your last chance, demon. Cereza waited for his answer with bated breath. Then she heard the familiar deep growl. Oh, like I can trust a fairy. I'll devour every last one of you. Despite his battered body,
Good for him.
Cheshire's eyes still smoldered with defiance.
Cheshire!
That was not a good idea, Cereza.
Thankfully, the white wolf held the nearby fairies at bay.
Thanks! Cheshire!
The sudden appearance of two intruders had the fairy fortress in a frenzy. Cereza seized the opportunity and freed Cheshire from his shackles. It was splendid teamwork.
Glad to see you're up for a fight. These naughty fairies are about to get punished.
Not bad. Better than your crying. Punishment, is it? With pleasure. Both Cereza and Cheshire were on fire.
Awesome.
You're getting punished!
Okay.
You're getting punished! Let's go!
Awesome.
Cool!
Something's wrong.
Cheshire?
A large gash was cut on Cheshire's leg. Bits of cotton were falling out, along with his magical energy. The fairies had not been kind to their captive. Cheshire could hide his pain no longer.
That cut!
What did they use, though?
Unless the wound was mended, the magic-infused threads that bound Cheshire to this world would not last long.
Hold still. If you move around like that, you'll just make things worse.
Cereza needed to suture the wound as soon as possible. There was only one way she could think to do it.
Cereza. As blood flows through veins, magic flows through a witch's hair. Care for it as you would your most precious tool, and defend it as you would your very heart.
Sorry, Morgana, but I found something more important.
Oh, jeez.
These were the precious locks Cereza was growing out to resemble her mother. As expected, they worked their magic. Cheshire's wound closed in an instant. Don't blame me if that teacher of yours has a fit, Cheshire said quietly.
Don't worry, it'll grow back. Besides, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be in this mess in the first place. I promised to send you back. Umbra Witch's honor. What I'm trying to say is...
Damn.
But before she could finish, Cheshire had already returned to his miniature form. Well, get a move on, will you? He added with a squeak.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Cereza gave Cheshire a tight embrace. Somehow she felt that Cheshire was doing the same.
God damn, I was not expecting to feel emotional in this episode. What the fuck? The King's Entrance.
Restoration magic! I've never been able to pull that off before. I wonder if it might work on something else.
That's what we do with those platforms. Okay.
Come here!
Restoration magic. Rotate L while holding ZL near broken objects to temporarily return them to their original form with Cereza's restoration magic. Shit. Okay.
Cheshire!
So how temporary are we talking? Longer than I expected. Oh yeah, that gives you plenty of time. Fairies Research Log 4. We have discovered the energy source required for the Tirananog is far greater than previously expected. Even the extra power we have amassed from siphoning the 4 elements of the forest and channeling them through the elemental cores is proving to be insufficient. To offset this, we have devised 2 plans. The first of these is an increased effort in drawing out the negative vibes of wisps, human souls, for energy. It is the nature of Avalon to take the spirits of humans who perish within its hallowed ground and transmogrify them into wisps. In which form apparently there was a dog hair on my on my sweatshirt I breathed in when I yawned. In which form they may possibly exist eternally, and the negative vibes that emanate from tormenting these pathetic beings is as delicious as it is useful, and should thus be used without remorse. Plan number 2 is the production of a device to further amplify the power we have snatched up. The principles for this device come from the human-made gear, but what we have devised for our fortress makes any clockwork made by the hands of man seem like child's play. The beauty of these machines is that even a small source of power should be able to be amplified into something far greater. The one unfortunate downside is the complexity of these devices makes them more fragile than even the human psyche, susceptible to malfunction or breakdown if misused even slightly. You mean kind of like what we've been doing this whole time we've been in here?
How'd you like that? Don't think I'm so shabby now, huh?
A cut like this is nothing. But this ribbon isn't so bad.
Cheshire said in a slightly embarrassed voice.
Yeah, I think it suits you perfectly. Come here!
Something made them stop. A strange presence. They were not alone.
Stop! Limited rituals stepping so the seed of ruin in our kingdom. We will not allow him to wake a cursed child from his slumber.
It was the regal fairy from earlier.
Hey! That fairy's speaking our language! I think...
Her insolence knows no bounds or limits. For a king's anger, what snoop is not easily questioned.
The regal fairy continued his haughty monologue. Still, his thick accent was nigh unintelligible.
This is hopeless. It must be some kind of fairy dialect. So, what? Are you saying you're the fairy king or something?
Insolence! Before us all, bend the knee. Loose with 4 legs and 2. The very trees of Avalon bow before us to pay obeisance. We
Okay.
Pause for dramatic effect. Puka, the one true king of Avalon Forest.
The fuck is this? Grand Fairy King Puka. Okay.
What? Okay. So it was you who did all that awful stuff to Cheshire. I see a royal behind in need of a good spanking.
Cheshire looked happy to oblige.
Human and demon dare challenge Puka, whose name strikes fear across all three realms. We should call down a blast from heaven and make the room free.
Oh, that might actually be bad. It actually called down angels. Oh boy. Okay. Interesting. Puka's secret weapon, Affinity. Those are the basic angels we fight in Bayonetta. Interesting.
Cheshire, help! Let go! No! Let go! Oh! Oh!
Oh boy.
Now, Cheshire! Cool! Say your prayers!
First ever torture attack. Okay. Hierarchy, third sphere, angels, question mark. A common angel from the third sphere of the angel hierarchy summoned by Puka. Affinity are considered the closest existence to humans among angels. Their halo is said to be able to guide the misled when they descend from Paradiso. Though they are seated on the lowest sphere of the angel hierarchy, their strength still far exceeds human comprehension. An average person would likely be unable to so much as touch one. The divine weapons that these angels wield possess considerable power, able to shatter the Earth's surface with a single strike. This affinity, however, is not an actual angel, but an illusion. okay. But an illusion formed by piecing together the collective consciousness of past witches who entered Avalon. It is required to stay close to Puka in order to survive, but its strength is proportionate to that of a real affinity. Puka has recently found great use for it in removing unwanted disturbances to his plans. Originally, Puka had developed a plan to brainwash an army of affinity to serve under him after he discovered a way to open a portal to Paradiso. This plan fell flat when Puka realized that his mind control tricks proved useless on the angels. But still desperately wanting to obtain angelic power, he resumed his studies of Paradiso, eventually learning how he might be able to create an affinity illusion. Though it is ultimately only a projection, the fact it looks like he has a real angel under his command tickles his narcissistic nature perfectly. Okay. It says X to change the art, but it doesn't do anything, does it? Oh, no, it's the... Okay, I see now. It gives him the wrapped leg now in that one. So it does do something. Okay, there is more to this than there used to be. With his bone-crunching fangs and razor-sharp claws, Cheshire's confidence in his strength and an itch to prove his superiority to others, jumping into battle whenever the opportunity arises. He also just happens to have a notorious sweet tooth, especially for infernal fruit and Avalon drops. With his keen nose, he can usually discern any Avalon drops Cereza might be hiding, and sometimes nabs a quick snack when she's distracted. His demon nature would normally make him care only for destruction, but be it due to the hugs and affection that Cereza shows his medium, he feels an inexplicable fuzziness towards Cereza he can't understand. At first, his teamwork with Cereza is shaky. Cheshire is especially frustrated with the cowardice she shows during their first encounter with the Jabberwock, and even though it was a trap created by the fairies, attacking the illusion of Cereza's mother sends a shock to Cereza so great a significant rift is born between them, sending them on their separate ways. Did we get more on Cereza too? I don't remember what all I read of this. I know we read about the teacher, I think we read about the young boy appearing in her dream. After being chased by a pack of malevolent fairies, Cereza attempts to summon a demon, and the medium inadvertently becomes her own stuffed animal. Cereza decides to name the demon Cheshire after the toy it possesses, and the two begin their strange and fateful journey. At the onset of their travels, the two realize they can very easily rub each other the wrong way. Cheshire often irritates Cereza by highlighting her inexperience. The last straw is when Cheshire gives a vigorous slash to Cereza's mother, causing her to disappear. The vision of Rosa is an illusion created by the fairies, but the shock to Cereza is real. And yet, after going their separate ways, Cereza realizes that her strength does have limits, and she has come to rely on Cheshire. She realizes that she appreciates Cheshire and begins to be able to see things from his perspective. The two eventually reach an understanding, and afterwards they develop true bonds of friendship. An unsettling figure who surfaces from the shadows then dissolves within them just as quickly. He can command many of the fairies of Avalon and seems to have interest in Cereza and Cheshire's whereabouts. Okay. Oh, this looks like a Tir Nanog.
This guy's full of surprises. We'd better run.
Oh, duh.
Cheshire, over here! Oh, we made it! All right, back to business.
Again? More? Oh boy.
Cheshire device. If I use my magic to fix it. Back to Paradiso with you. Now! How do you like this?
I had a feeling he wasn't going to be as strong as you would expect. What the hell?
If it's broke, fix it.
Hearing the hints of the other game's music in there too.
Say your prayers.
I knew this guy was gonna be comically easy to fight.
Cheshire, let's go.
I knew when we actually got to fight him, he wasn't gonna be hard.
Let's get him, Cheshire.
Vanquish it? I've never heard it said that way.
But even should the pyre consume our very self, these interlopers shall go no further.
What's he saying now? I have a bad feeling about this.
The two sensed danger in the fairy named Puka's words and began to run.
I knew when we first heard this guy, when he was talking to Cheshire, something told me that he was just gonna be comic relief, basically. Or not comic relief, but comically just dumb. Ooh. Did Cheshire guard her? He protected her.
What was with that guy? What are you on about? What the? Oh, give me a break!
Realizing what had happened, Cereza hurriedly began wiping her face clean. The spectacle was too much for Cheshire. He rolled with laughter.
Ugh, now it's personal. That creepy fairy best hope we never cross paths again. Okay, Chucklepuss, joke's over. All right, let's get a move on.
It did look like he stood between her and the explosion, though.
Cereza frowned and stormed off. Trying unsuccessfully to control his laughter, Cheshire followed after. But each glance at Cereza sent him back into fits of seam-bursting chortles.
Okay, dude, it's not that funny.
The sphere burned with a bright red light. The two had arrived at the final elemental core.
The Wisp Weekly won. There was this ethereal old lady and big white wolf. I think they helped me, but I guess it was too late. Because it looks like I'm a wisp now. I must have died. That makes sense because I can see right through my hands. Well, I'm sad about dying and all, but my mind seems mostly intact. I heard there are a lot of other wisps in this forest that the monsters, the fairies, do all sorts of mean things to. I must have been saved so I can help them. The other wisps, I can't fight, of course. I'll just help in my own way. Like if I write down something helpful and leave it somewhere, another wisp might come along and get some use out of it. I could even try to get a bunch of wisps to try and chip in. Then everybody will be helping everyone else. If I make it out of this place, I'm going to make a difference, even if it's just one wisp at a time. Okay, those must be what we absorbed then with the fire thing.
That's number 4. We destroyed all the elemental cores. You know what that means? Here's the last elemental power. Let's give it a try.
We now have fire. You've destroyed the fire elemental core and received its power. Change Cheshire to his fire form by pressing A.
Let's go!
Cool.
Awesome! You think the White Wolf is okay?
Cheshire gave an annoyed snort.
He'll show that smug face of his before long, I'm sure.
Prepare yourselves! Cheshire, are you feeling better? Does it still hurt?
I'm fine.
Cheshire said nothing more. But Cereza could have sworn she had the trace of a faint purr in his voice.
Glad to hear it.
I could have sworn I missed that first one.
Come here! it out of the fortress!
Cereza let out a sigh of relief. The wolf seemed as energetic as ever.
You're going to take us to Lucaon? We must be getting close. Come on, Cheshire, hurry!
He's up there watching her now. Cool.
Yes!
What's the one I was thinking of? Wasn't there something that we could do to deflect while we had him in hug mode? I thought there was. Maybe that's not a thing there. Maybe that was just something it told us we could do. Yep. Okay, so we just extend him in hug mode and it does it. Fire Cheshire can shoot a pyroblast with R. This attack may burn or melt objects it hits. Dang. Okay. Everything is completely frozen. I'll be too before long.
Cool!
Morgana's ghostly form appeared. She took one look at Cereza and furrowed her brow.
Cereza, what have you done with your hair?
Sorry. I needed it for something.
Cereza explained how she had used her hair to save Cheshire.
For the sake of the demon! Cereza, never forget who is the master and who the subject. Under normal circumstances, now would come a stern lecture. But that will have to wait for your safe return. My spell is almost complete. I will have you out of that forest soon. Just hold on a bit longer.
Oh. Thanks, Morgana.
The fairies are a formidable foe, but use all I taught you and defeat them. May the moon light your path. Stay safe, Cereza.
Oh, I'll defeat them all right. And after that, I'll meet Lucan, get that power, and send you back.
Cereza and Cheshire exchanged a glance. Getting the power from Lucan would mean the end to their journey. It would mean saying farewell.
Yep.
Come on. We're almost there.
He doesn't want to go now. The Forbidden Altar. Agnes's Journal 5. Near Puka's fortress, there is a frozen cavern that could only be the product of one with a heat as wicked as his. Once it was said to be a mystical cave full of dragons, gold, and twinkling fireflies. But his reckless use of the elemental core to power his fortress drained the energy from the surrounding areas, turning them to a blasted heath. Plants rotted to ash, the animals fled, and the caves became a frozen wasteland in a matter of months. Seeing Puka carry out his schemes truly makes my heart ache. He seems bent on undoing the works of the previous fairy king and returning Avalon to a land of absolute authority. Sadly, he has amassed enough power to make his terrible ambitions a reality. Many of the fairies are under his control, and there are even angels who seem to do his bidding. It's true what they say, history repeats itself. I only hope someone will rise to stop him. I like that. I just realized Cheshire is leaving burnt footprints on the ground when he walks. Little burnt paw prints on the ground. Oh, come on. Cold. His name is Punk. Thought I was gonna become an icicle. Thanks. I'll get those fairies someday. Height, all the darts sticking on him stacked together. Weight, all the darts sticking on him stacked together. Personality, flatterer. Hobby, darts. Punk is a wisp with a bunch of darts pinned to him. After the traumatic experience of being used as a dartboard by the fairies, which he's still recovering from, he tries his best now to make sure he's on everyone's good side. He likes darts himself, though, and draws little pictures of fairies on paper for his own target practice. As nice as he seems on the outside, the other wisps see his enthusiasm in this daily ritual, and they're careful to not get on his bad side either. Recently, his life as a wisp knows little trouble, but it's unsure if that's because he's nice to the other wisps or because they're secretly scared of him. Those look like they're the Avalon drops, but they're frozen, so I was trying to melt them, but apparently that's not what that is. It really looks like it. Let me try. I don't know what that is. That's definitely what those are, isn't it? Sure as hell looks like it. Okay, we can't melt all of the ice. Oh, never mind, that's not ice, that's just crystals. Okay, let's go. Dang, I'm almost out of time for this one. Shit. I don't want to be out of time. Shit, 75% complete. That means there's not going to be a whole lot left of it.
Get him, Cheshire! Get out! Yes! Get him, Cheshire!
Something new. Yep. Yep, something new. cold assailant in Murik, I don't know.
Prepare yourselves! Cheshire, over here!
There we go. That wasn't so bad. Fire Cheshire seems to take up a lot more magic than the others, though. Rank Sapphire Bishop, a fairy so rare that only a handful are said to exist in Avalon. From birth, they possess physical strength and magic ability far greater than that of other bipeds, and as such have the reputation of a one-fairy army. Didn't really seem like it. Due to their incredible skill, many have appeared to be beside the royalty of past fairy dynasties. Is it dynasties or dynasties? I've heard it pronounced both ways. Oh well. And fairies would often rumor that allying with a Murik was the easiest way to become the next fairy king. Out of their magic abilities, they seem to prefer ice and are able to use it to adapt to any situation, from long-distance ice blasts to propelling themselves with ice to charge at the enemy. The earth-shattering power of their every attack is so incredible that it is advised to never attempt to face them head-on. Many Murik are seated in influential roles in the fairy kingdom and possess considerable authority. If ever an enemy appears that proves too much for any of their subordinates, Murik will step in to deal swift justice. Interesting.
Yes!
I thought maybe the residual fire would damage that thing more, but I guess not. So I have to hit it 3 times. Okay.
Cool!
I just heard her voice echoed in here. there's an echo in here. Interesting. I like that kind of detail in a game. Ah, that's where we are. I knew it. Where's Ignis?
You've finally done it, miss.
Ah, okay.
A voice echoed through the trees. It was one of the rare sounds in this forest that put Cereza's heart at ease.
Ignis!
Congratulations on destroying all 4 cores. You've put those fairies in a right kerfuffle.
We couldn't have done it without you, Ignis. Your advice really helped us out.
Just doing my part. I told you, it's my job to know the goings-on in Avalon. I must say, though, I'm honestly quite impressed you made it this far.
We've seen so much of this forest. I dare say we know more about it than you.
Maybe you're right. Next time I'll ask you for directions. I've been waiting a long time for someone like you, miss.
Waiting? Why?
You see, I've lived in Avalon Forest for ages now. It used to be such a beautiful, lovely place. The fairies changed that.
I mean, it is still a beautiful
They
place, but
corrupted this forest and terrorized its inhabitants. I've seen them do such horrible things, powerless to do anything but watch. That's why I've been waiting. Waiting for someone to wake us from this bad dream. I'd have done it myself if I still...
Ignis? Were you?
yep, I knew it.
Sorry, I got carried away for a second. Ahead lies that which the fairies have fought so hard to keep from you. I believe it is what you entered this forest to find.
Do you mean Lucaon?
Go on! The seal to the altar is now broken. Be safe, you two. May Avalon's blessing be upon you.
He's a cutie.
That's so cool. Okay.
We need a rest.
I wonder if I can do that with any of the other animals. Because I know there were spots where there were birds on the ground that would fly away.
Cool.
No, there wasn't anything else over there. Oh, come on.
Cheshire, over here. Let's go. Yes. Cool.
Might help if I'm actually on it when I do that. couldn't even see if it was there. I just had to guess by the sound. Why'd it disappear? Okay. Not sure why it disappeared, but I'll take it. Ah, that's where we are. I can't remember if there's anything up there, so I should probably check. Oh wow, I'm over 2 hours. Shit. Ah, this is where this was. Okay. That was a little too close. What do you need? Okay. Vince, I tell you, this forest truly is full of wonder. If you happen to come across any strange plant life, do tell. It's been too long since I've done decent plant research. Think you could lend a hand? Yeah, here you go. This is Mandragora, and it's in great condition. I've got to research this further. Vince, curious plant. Oh. Curious plant life, Vince. Height 4 dandelions. Weight patch of thistleweed. Personality curious. Hobby zoology. Vince is a scholar on a mission to study all walks of life. Becoming a wisp hasn't changed that a bit. Every day he treks deeper into the forest on another wildlife excursion, notebook in hand. To Vince, that's all there is. Nothing else could give his life meaning. He even tries studying the fairies, his curiosity seemingly overcoming any fear or hatred harbored toward them. When he spots one, he sneaks up as close as he can to observe them, almost completely disregarding his own safety. Vince's insatiable curiosity has always been with him. Even in his previous life, he left a respected academic position to seek the truly unknown, which is how he first arrived in Avalon. He tries to impart the wisdom of his findings and observations to the other wisps, but they find him a little hard to understand. I thought the wisps were the spirits of children. Aren't they? Okay, well that didn't go where I thought it was going to. What the hell?
You're not hurt?
Kingsley. Thanks so much for your help. Now careful not to fall for my charms. Height, movie star tall. Weight, shame on you. Personality, haughty, hobby shopping. Kingsley considers herself something of an actress. She claims she definitely has the face of one, though no one's ever seen under her hood. One of her favorite things to say is, "My looks could drive even a fairy wild, darling." Sadly, these same fairies don't seem to have much interest in her after she became a wisp. She acts like royalty and demands to be treated as such. She finds living in a place without a single jewelry store to be absolutely dreadful. But she makes the best of her time in Avalon by having servant wisps go find valuable-looking stones and the like for her. Why these wisps listen to her is anyone's guess, but perhaps they hope their loyalty may one day earn them just a glance under the hood, something which, again, has never been achieved. What the fuck? Okay. Nope. Can't interact with them.
Cheshire!
This is that part I was just at, isn't it? Yep. Interesting. That was quite a ways to travel for nothing, really. Oh, there was the wisp there, so I guess that's something. Ah, this takes me down right where I was gonna try to go, so awesome. Because I want to check something. Really? Those aren't something I can burn? Why do they stand out so much then? Weird. One more thing I want to do before I end this episode, so I don't forget about it the next time. Then I'll go and visit Colm, and then we'll be done. Shit. Because now I know how to do this. Oh, I'm ever so hungry. Food, where are you? Little slug. I'm so hungry. Please give me something good to eat. There you go. Wow, real food. Thanks. I was so hungry I almost ate you. What? height a stack of flapjacks, weight apples and oranges. Personality foodie, hobby eating and singing. Always waiting for his next meal. Food is Lil Slug's favorite thing, and he can't live without it, even though wisps don't necessarily need it. He leads a simple life. He's either eating or trying to find a meal. Yeah, that's an awfully simple life. When he eats something he likes, he sometimes sings for joy. The other wisps find it so cute that sometimes they can't help but give him a little snack. His body is always packed with energy due to his excessive eating, making him a favorite fairy target. When he's hungry is another story. He gets to be so dangerous that even lower-ranking fairies would hesitate trying to capture him, lest he gobble them for lunch. Needless to say, it's best to keep your distance when he's got an appetite. I'm trying to remember where else I saw those somewhere. Oh well. The next episode's gonna be spent mostly just wandering around trying to find my way to stuff. Okay. Ah, they added even more. Here, this is for you. I hope you find it useful. If you find any wisps, tell them to come here. I'm sure they'd be lost and scared alone. So they've added even more to this now, huh? Do we have all the singing ones now? We're missing one. How do I get to that other part then? Looks like they've got another part over to the side over here, but I don't know how to get up to it. Is there maybe like a bridge of some kind from over here? There we go. Dang. They've really expanded this quite a bit, haven't they? Oh. Well, since I'm here, let's do this and then we'll end it. Maybe, unless there's a save point in the entrance to this like there is in some of them, then I'll just save there. Nope. Apparently we're gonna want bombs. Defeat all enemies within the time limit.
Cheshire, let's go!
Wow, that was easy.
Come here! Yes!
Those bombs were quite effective. Okay, let's get down there and save.
The secret base of the Wisps tucked away in the forest.
Have I found this one?
Thanks to Cereza and Cheshire, playful shouts of joy had begun to return.
Nope, that was new. Ah, they're having so much fun. They look pretty tasty. Think they'll notice if I lick up a few? Cheshire, behave. I can't get down there from here. Of course. Okay. Well, that is it for this episode. We're getting closer to the end of this. Can't imagine there will be too many episodes left. 2 or 3 maybe? More than that probably, but... because the next one is going to be almost entirely me running around and getting stuff that I couldn't get before. But anyway, that'll be it for this one. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.